Kashmir struggle did not start in 1947 and will not end today. Welcome to IHC, a YouTube-based channel on information, history and current affairs. I'm your host, Dr. Zia. In this video, I will tell you about the long history of oppression of Kashmiris by the oppressive foreign regimes. This long history of oppression started by the Mughal Empire in 1589 and continued to this day by extremist BJP government of India. Before I start this video, please subscribe IHC channel so that you can be timely notified for the upcoming productions of IHC. Friends, Article 370 is just another chapter in Kashmir's long history of oppression by the foreign regimes. On August the 5th, Bharatiya Janata Party issued an executive stripping away the autonomy of Jammu and Kashmir. This autonomy was granted in exchange for joining India in 1947. After revoking Article 370, Indian authorities have started lockdown in the region, cutting all communication lines, restricting the movement, and putting Kashmiri politicians under house arrest. First of all, I will tell you what is Article 370. Article 370 of India's constitution ensured Kashmir its own constitution and independence over all matters except foreign affairs, defense, and communication. Revoking Article 370 in August 2019 was the biggest political gamble on the disputed region since 70 years. However, Indian establishment's attempt to silence the Kashmiris for freedom is not new. Viewers, a look back in the history makes it evident that the Kashmiri oppression and exploitation started long before the formation of modern India. Ever since the Mughal rule in 1589, Kashmir had never been ruled by the Kashmiris themselves. When Mughals left the region, Afghans took its control from 1753 to 1819. After Afghans, Sikhs captured Kashmir from 1819 to 1846. In 1846, Dogras took over the Kashmir and ruled until 1947. Viewers, Mughals did nothing for the poor people of Kashmir. They built hundreds of the gardens in Kashmir, making it a fancy summer refuge for the rich tourists. Afghan behaved similar to Mughals. They sold Kashmiri people as slaves to Afghanistan. They put high taxes on Kashmiri shawls, which was the main source of income for the poor Kashmiris. After Mughals, Sikhs became the new rulers of Kashmir Valley. During the Sikh rule, Muslim population of Kashmir was discriminated a lot. Muslims were the majority population in Kashmir and were given not even the basic human rights. They were strongly oppressed and terrified generations after generation. This injustice to Muslim majority in Kashmir is happening till today. Muslims discrimination history came first time during the Sikh rule. At that time, if Sikh murders a local Kashmiri without any reason, he was fined for 20 rupees. If the local Kashmiri was a Hindu, his family was getting 4 rupees from the government as compensation. But if the local was a Muslim, his family was getting only 2 rupees. Remaining money was going to the government. In 1846, British East India Company defeated Sikh Empire in the First Anglo-Sikh War. In this war, Dogras helped Britishers. So as a reward, Kashmir was sold to Gulab Singh Dogra for just 7.5 million rupees. Sadly, Kashmiris had no right to decide their fates. Gulab Singh and Dogra rulers after him were given free pass over Kashmir. They further increased the taxes on Kashmiris who already had miserable situation. People had no jobs and were dying from hunger. Under the Dogra rule, Kashmiris were forced to help Britons in all the wars, including World War I and World War II. Dogra rule was the worst phase in Kashmir's economy. Most of the people were landless since Kashmiris were banned from holding any lands or properties. About 50 to 75% of the crops were going to Dogra rulers, leaving the working class with no control over what they produce. Dogra rulers also introduced forced labor system in Kashmir. Under this rule, state was employing workers for little or no payment at all. Every single profession was taxed. If a Kashmiri Muslim wanted to get married, they were even forced to pay tax for marriage. Such a pity and so much cruelty. Viewers, during the Dogra rule, Hindus of the Kashmir Valley were treated better than Kashmiri Muslims. Hindus were allowed to have upper class jobs, work as teachers or civil servants. Koshur was the official language in Kashmir and majority of the Muslims were Koshur speakers. Dogras replaced Koshur with Urdu as the official language in Kashmir. This created more problems for the Kashmiri Muslims and they were unable to get any jobs because of the language issue. In 1865, workers started protesting against the Dogras. Their demands were to give better working conditions. Dogras brutally crushed the protesters and further increased the taxes on Kashmiri shawls and the silks. This affected the shawl industry very badly. Despite the setback, Kashmiri workers continued to fight for their rights. In 1924, workers from the Srinagar silk factory once again went to the strike to demand for the better working conditions. In 1930, left-wing Muslim intellectuals formed a union and started thinking to free Kashmir from the tyrant Dogras. They started organizing meetings in the mosque and slowly this political movement spread from the upper class to the middle class. In the same time, they moved from the mosques to the large open-scale meetings. Spirit of revolt among the Muslim community was increasing day by day. In 1931, Dogras approved 3 political parties. Number 1, Kashmiri Pandit Conference, Hindu Sabha in Jammu and Shiromani Khalsa Darbar for the Sikhs. Muslims were not allowed to have any political party. Only non-Muslim groups were allowed to have a political party. Majority of the Kashmiri population was Muslims and they were not allowed any rights for the political movement. Viewers, in 1947, Britishers agreed to give freedom to the subcontinent, hence Pakistan and India were liberated. Under the Partition Act, Kashmir was given the option to either become independent or join India or Pakistan. Hari Singh was the Dogra ruler in 1947. Initially, he wanted Kashmir to become an independent state, but the Kashmiri Muslims, who were the 80% of the population, wanted to join Pakistan. A civil war started in Kashmir. This civil war scared Hari Singh and he called on Indian Army for help in October 1947. Viewers, at that time, Nehru was the Prime Minister of India. After Hari Singh's call, Nehru sent huge army, including the tanks and the fighter aircrafts. Pakistani tribal Pashtuns tried to free Kashmir from India on their own, but they could not counter India's air force. However, half of the Kashmir was liberated, which was named as Azad Kashmir. Later on, Nehru added Article 370 in the Constitution to guarantee Kashmir's autonomy in the Indian Union. Unfortunately, it became clear in the coming decades that India had no intention for protecting Kashmir's autonomy. Thousands were killed and many women were raped. Nehru was himself a Kashmiri, so Kashmiri people thought that he will do something for the cause of Kashmir. He agreed in the United Nations to conduct voting in Kashmir so that Kashmiris can decide whether if they want to join Pakistan or India or become an independent state. Decades have passed now, but sadly, Nehru's promise of referendum was never kept. After 1947, India and Pakistan fought multiple wars over Kashmir issue. Both nations claim to have the best interest for the Kashmiri population. India especially has brutally crushed all the voices for the rights of Kashmiris. One example was the case of Maqbool Butt. He was the founding member of Jammu Kashmir Liberation Front and was struggling for the liberation of Kashmir. He was hunted down and hanged by the Indian establishment. Viewers, India did everything to control the narrative of Kashmiris. Indian establishment invented new ways for torture and oppression, such as physical violence, torture to death, fake encounters, and rapes. They did worse media propaganda to show Kashmiris as rebels and militants who are attacking so-called peaceful army of India. They were heavily paying to the journalists to do the wrong reporting and twist the facts. Despite all these problems, Kashmiris have been fighting for the self-determination for hundreds of the years. First against Mughals, then Sikhs, then Dogras, and now against the Indian Zionist regimes. India's decision to revoke Article 370 in Kashmir is nothing other than another act of shameless imperial aggression. August the 5th, 2019 will be remembered by the future generations as another chapter in Kashmir's long history of imperial oppression. It will hopefully mark the beginning of new struggle towards the freedom of the Kashmiris. There is a lot more to say on this, and it is heartbreaking when you see such a brutality in 21st century. What happens to the humans of today? Where are the human rights organizations? Where are they when it comes to Kashmir, Palestine and Burma? It's so sad to imagine. Viewers, with this I would like to end today's video. I will keep making the videos on this topic. IHC channel mostly produce videos on history and current affairs. Some videos are in Urdu while some are in English. Please keep watching IHC, and if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe IHC channel and please share this video on Facebook. I will be very thankful. Take care until the next video. Allah Hafiz.